Hey everybody, happy Friday. I hope all of you are doing fan-freaking-tastic today. So, I just finished my workout and of course my endorphins are going through the roof. And I am really fired up over something. And instead of being fired up, I'm like, you know what? I have not jumped on live in I don't know how long, but I'm gonna jump on live and talk about a couple topics that totally blow my mind and make me want to facepalm. And one of them is research. And when people message me and say, I've done so much research, and let me tell you, like, I'm not an expert when it comes to research, but I know enough. I have a background in pharmaceutical sales and research and pulling apart clinical trials and knowing who's sponsoring them and how they were designed and how to manipulate the data totally stands out to me. So when someone's idea of research is Google and then reading reading things that are sponsored by people who don't have the credentials that know what they're talking about, or maybe they don't have the credentials, but maybe they know what the heck they're talking about because they've done actually really good research. Anyway, the whole term research, guys, it's so freaking overused because it's not reading the first 2 or 3 pages of Google. It's not. Okay, with that, I'm gonna give you a couple tips on research. You wanna know who is benefiting from that article. If it is a clinical trial, who paid for the clinical trial? Because typically, if my company pays for a clinical trial, are they gonna publish something that doesn't favor my company? This is so classic in the pharmaceutical industry. I'm not gonna pay for something that isn't going to benefit my product. I just won't publish it. So always look at who's sponsoring that product and who paid for the research. What's great are non-profit type organizations or colleges that are doing research that are funded solely from third parties. Anyway, but the whole research thing blows my mind because I think when it comes to Shakeology, because this is where I'm going with this, if you don't want to hear about Shakeology and the research, then you can cut off now. When it comes to Shakeology and people tell me I've done the research, I can't help but think, what the heck are you researching? Because people are researching and choosing to put their hard-earned money into products that are loaded with whey protein, they're loaded with dairy, worse yet, they're loaded with soy. Have you researched soy and the effects and estrogen spikes that soy can do to you? Have you really researched the ingredients? Because how can you say you've researched something and then with a clear mind spend your money on products that have artificial sweeteners, sucralose, aspartame, artificial flavors, whey protein? How can you research something and then with a clear mind put your money into those products? And even worse, as a distributor, stand behind them and promote them to other people in the name of health. Now, I want to get to Shakeology because is Shakeology absolutely perfect? No, but I'm going to stand here and I will tell you with 100% confidence it is the best shake on the market of all shakes out there. And I will tell you that, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it is truly a whole food. And I had someone write me last week, super snarky, and I'll give you the reply I gave to him. He chastised me for saying that Shakeology was a whole food. Let me tell you this. There's 3 things about Shakeology. I'm going to tell you about how it got into Canada, the regimen it goes through. I'm going to tell you how it's looked at in the UK, and I'm also going to tell you why there's no fortified vitamins and how to tell if something has fortified vitamins and is a whole food. Number 1, when we first started with Shakeology, the plant-based protein, the one with the white bag, this is the one I'm talking about when I say Shakeology. It says vegan, I say plant-based. It's truly dried whole foods. When we first launched Shakeology, the first country, now, US has very low standards on food quality. If you didn't know that, surprise, we do. Canada and Europe have the highest, one of the highest. So, when we first started with Shakeology, we wanted to branch internationally. Our company thought, okay, what is the hardest country to get into and what will become a gateway for us to open branches in the rest of the world? that would be Canada. So before we actually launched Shakeology in Canada, the Canadian version of the FDA went through all 70 of these superfoods. For those of you that maybe shop at Whole Foods or health food nuts, chia seed, maca root, flaxseed, bilberry, maitake, quinoa, moringa, pomegranate. They went through every single one, all 70 of those superfoods, and you know what they had our company do? Test them for drug reactions as if it were a medicine or a drug. Hey you, hey Liz. As if it were a medicine. It had to go through such an extensive process, and it took so long. Why? Because there's 70 different freaking superfoods in Shakeology, most of which you hear, oh, I'm gonna add moringa, or I'm gonna add spirulina, or I'm gonna add these things to my shake and make it super healthy. It's freaking already in Shakeology. But we did the extra work and we got into Canada, which opened then a gateway to Europe. Next thing, we launched in England a year and a half ago. 3 months in, now I will tell you, there are other shakes in England. MLM shakes, anyway, it doesn't matter. 3 months after launching in England. Now, I know this particularly because I've lived over there and my husband's British. There is what's called a value-added tax. There is an extra 20% tax on everything you buy in the UK. That's what pays for their socialized medicine. That's what pays for the Queen and her sparkly crowns. That's what pays for a lot of stuff. I'm being facetious there. But there's a 20% tax on top of everything. It has to be considered, kind of like we have the, what's it called, the WIC program over here, has to be considered a whole healthy food for it to be tax exempt. 3 months after launching in the UK, Shakeology, this one in the white bag, is considered a whole food by the United Kingdom, by the government. Basically saying it's tax-free, it's tax exempt. There is no 20% tax because it is a true, whole, dried out food. And people are like, well, it's in a bag and it's processed and stuff like that. But so is a lot of stuff you buy at Whole Foods that's literally just dehydrated herbs and roots and all kinds of things like that that you're buying and adding to your shakes anyway. It is the only one in the UK that is warranted a whole food. All the other ones are considered protein shakes with not so great or whey ingredients or artificial ingredients, things like that. The third thing with Shakeology is there's no fortified vitamins in this white bag. And I get pushback sometimes because if you look at the back of the bag, it doesn't have so much vitamin C, so much vitamin D, so much magnesium, because there's no fortified vitamins. So if you bought something and you flip the bag around and on the back it can tell you down to an exact percentage how much vitamin is in each bag, then that bag is made with synthetic fortified vitamins. I will say our black bag, our whey protein bag, has fortified vitamins. This white bag, no. Why doesn't it have the exact vitamin count? I'll give you an example. If I were to grow 2 carrots in the ground, can I guarantee with 100% accuracy that each frickin' carrot has the exact same amount of vitamin C and beta carotene? No. If I pull them out of the ground and grind them up, can I guarantee if I make a shake out of this and a shake out of that, they are going to be to a percentage exactly the same for consistency purposes in labeling? No. That is why you know that this Shakeology is a true whole food without fortified frickin' synthetic vitamins. So if you're doing your research and you say, oh, I chose this product because it tastes great, well, it probably tastes great because it's got a shit ton of whey protein, a lot of dairy, artificial sweeteners, because the people that are truly used to eating good, natural, whole foods think Shakeology tastes freaking amazing, and they look at it as free. Free. Why do I say free, and why do my clients say it's free? Because it's replacing all the stuff they were already buying. It's replacing one of their meals that they were already drinking that day, and it's a wash. If anything, it's saving them money in their grocery budget because they're not buying synthetic fortified vitamins when they're getting all their nutrients from a true whole food, ground up in a bag. So I get really fired up over this topic because when people write me and say, oh, I'm gonna go with X, Y, and Z shake because it's cheaper, it tastes better, and I've done my research, It blows my mind, because why spend $1 on something that's crappy when you can spend your same money? I wouldn't even spend $1 on something in the name of health if it's crappy. Our beach bars, we've got protein bars. There's no soy, there's no crap, there's no artificial flavors. They're 100% natural. They're amazing. Anyway, my point is, in the name of health, if you want to go buy something, I'm all about buying ice cream and dairy and all that. I'm not against that. My point is, if it's in the name of health and bettering your health and investing what money you have into putting one thing in your body, do it with the right research, with knowing what a whole food is, how to read the back of a bag, the stringent international standards that these companies have to go through to be approved, and the standards that we use with Beachbody to make this shake the best freaking shake on the market. And I will take on any single pushback from anybody out there, because I truly believe in this product. The probiotics they put in it, the Bacillus coagulans is one of the best probiotics out there that can be packaged. Doesn't break down in the stomach. Most probiotics you're taking break down. They don't even make it past the stomach acid to get to the small intestine. We use Bacillus coagulan, which bypasses, it's a natural probiotic that bypasses the stomach acid and gets to the small intestine to actually grow that good flora. You know what the one drawback to Bacillus coagulan is? It's freaking expensive. I had a GI doctor tell me, I can't believe your company used that probiotic for your product because it's expensive, but it's the best. Why spend money on probiotics if they don't even get to your small intestine? Anyway, my rant is over, but I want to know, what the heck are you all researching? Don't research the name of the product. Research what ingredients, especially the first 10 ingredients that are in it. And know how it's made and how to read the back of a bag. Because y'all saying you research stuff and then dropping your money on some of this crap? Come on. I'm here to help you level up and really know how to find things to fuel your body, to fuel your family's body, that's gonna make them better and be well worth the money you spend on it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get back to my workout, although after that, I feel like I just worked out, but have an amazing Friday, and I'll talk to you guys later.